Hey everyone, King Miami back at it again with Zuli33. Welcome,
Hi,
welcome.
y'all.
We are going to do another tutorial covering variable groups and crossword PPVs. In this video, we're going to cover how you can take your existing worlds that you might already have, whether it be 3, 5, 7, 10 worlds. Without doing too much scripting, we're going to create kind of like an Easter egg hunt between these worlds. And we're going to do that using variable groups. So let's go ahead and get started.
Let's go.
All right. So to get started, you need an object. So we have a couple of different ones here. I'm going to be using this one. And Zuli's going to be using Pikachu over here. Oh, how cute.
Mm.
All right. So, and this, if you guys do not know, this is actually Ray's armor and wings from Battle for Steel City. You're actually able to purchase these set of wings for yourself and fly around the city. And using variable groups, we're also going to enable this purchase that you made in Zone 1 to Zone 2 and Zone 3, which are currently under development. So you can purchase it in one world and still use that same purchase in multiple worlds. So that's kind of shout out to Battle for Steel City, and that's what I'm going to be using as kind of like the Easter egg here. And Zuli is going to again be using Pikachu. So to get started, we are going to go ahead and go into edit mode. And once in edit mode, we're going to go to the build menu and grab out a script. Okay, so what we want to do first is once you have your whatever object you're going to have in your world, it could be a different object in each world as well. You just need to have the script attached to it. In my case, and for this tutorial, we're going to do 3 different worlds, and we're going to use the same object with the same script in each world. So to get started, let's go ahead and open up the script, and let's name it. We can name it egg hunt. I'll just name mine egg for short. You can name yours egg hunt, Zuli.
Okay.
All right. And so since the script is going to be attached to this object, and we're going to detect when it's grabbed. So to do this, we are going to scroll down on the right tab under events. We're going to scroll down to, you'll see grab events. And we're going to grab the code block that says when object is grabbed by player. So let's take that one out. Good.
Yes.
All right. So now this is detecting when this object is grabbed by a player. So once that is executed or that happens, what do we want to happen? So what we want to have happen is, well, we're going to hide this somewhere, right? But when a player finally finds it, they're going to grab it. And when they grab it, we want a couple things to happen. Well, one of those things would be we don't want them to keep it in their hand and walk around the world. So we're going to have to get it out of their hand and put it back into position, but we were not going to do that quite yet. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to check if they already found this item before. So that's another thing we need to check for. And if they have found this item before, then we're not going to count this towards their score of finding this Easter egg through all the worlds, right? Because they already found it. So if I came in here and I found it today, I got a point. And if I come tomorrow and I find the same one, I shouldn't get a point because I just want there to be one per world for you to find, to discover, right? So step 1 again would be we would have to force release it from their hands so they're not walking around the world with this object because we want other people to find it as well. And also we want to check if they already discovered or found this item before. And if they didn't, then we're going to give them a point for finally finding it. And if they did find it, then we're not going to give them any points, and we're going to force release it from the hand and put it back to where it belongs. Cool. And
So, once they find it once, they can. If they find it again in other days, it won't count. It's just a one-time thing.
Correct. That's how we're going to set it up. We're going to set it up as we're going to hide this one Easter egg in each of your worlds, and so you have to go into each of these worlds and kind of go on this Easter egg hunt and go ahead and find this special egg. So that's the premise of this game. That way people, like, again, if you have 5 worlds, 7 worlds, 10 worlds, it doesn't matter. You can just put one in each world, have the script connected correctly, have the PPV set up, and now you have a minigame across all of your worlds at once. Cool. Okay, so to get started, when object is grabbed by player, first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab an if control code block. This is under the events all the way at the top. So make sure you go all the way to the top. You'll see it's in color green. And you're going to grab that if code block and put it underneath when object is grabbed by player.
Okay.
All right. And then we're not going to fill it in just yet. We're going to say what it is going to say is if the player has not found this one, then do the following. Well, what the following would consist of, I want to give them a point. So that's the first thing I want to do. So let's go to values tab. That's kind of like the square with the pen icon.
Okay.
And let's go to set persistent variable to. And let's put that underneath the if, like nested inside of it, right?
Okay.
Okay. And then if you see it says select persistent variable. And if we click on that, you'll notice that we don't have any. So we have to create some. So again, only the world creator can create the group variable group and PPVs. So I'm going to show you guys at home how to do that. So again, we're going to open your build menu. We're going to go to this triangle that says systems. We're going to go to variable groups. And over here, it will load. And we're going to go ahead and do create variable group. And we're going to do, we're going to call this egg hunt. And don't forget to hit this toggle. It says add to this world. We do want to add this to this world. We're going to click create. Now we have the variable group in this world. All right, so there it is, egg hunt. But there's 0 persistent variables inside of this group. So now I'm going to click into this group. And now I have the option to create a variable. So the first one I'm going to create is, we're going to call it, this world is called game alpha. So we're going to call this one alpha found. Okay. And then the second persistent variable we're going to create is going to be called collection. And this will denote how many out of all of my worlds have been collected. Okay, so then we have alpha found and collection. We have 2 PPVs. So now if we go back to our code block that says select persistent variable, you'll notice we have a variable group called egg hunt. We can click in that. And we're going to set alpha found first. We're going to set that to 1. Okay. And it says it's asking us for a player. We're going to drag that when object is grabbed by player and put it in there. Okay, so now it says we're setting the egg hunt alpha found variable to 1. The reason we're setting it to 1 is because all PPVs start at 0. So when any player enters a world, all their PPVs start at 0 until we change them. So that means if it's my first time in this world, I have a 0 PPV for found. Once I grab it, we're going to change it to 1. And we're using that as a true or false, a Boolean. Because if it's 0, that means you have not found it. But if now I change it to 1, that means I found it. See what I'm saying? We're not going to change that to 2 or to 3 or to 4 because that one we're just going to use for this world specifically. That's what we call the alpha found because this world is called game alpha. So alpha found is set to 1. And then
drag when object is grabbed by player from the script already or from the events where the player is.
yeah, from when object is grabbed by player, grab that player pill and put it in for player.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, now let's go ahead and duplicate that. So to duplicate it, we're going to point at the set part of the set egg hunt alpha found, point at it, and then hold the trigger, and then do right controller, right thumbstick to the right, and then it'll duplicate it. So you should have 2 lines of the same set PPV. Cool?
Yes.
And we're going to change this one to a different PPV. So we're going to click on it, click egg hunt, and we're going to do collection and click add. So now we changed it to collection. Now we don't want to set collection to 1 because we want to, this will be the accumulation. Did you find it in world Bravo, world Charlie, world Delta? Did you find this Easter egg in those worlds? If you have, then it's going to be 1 here, plus 1, which is 2, plus 1, which is 3, plus 1, which is 4, which means you found it in all 4 worlds. So we're not going to do set to 1 because we need to do an addition. We need to do an accumulation. So let's delete that 1 for the collection. And now we have a value. So let's go to the operators, the math symbols, and we're going to grab a plus sign. And we're going to put that plus sign in the value slot. Good?
Yes.
All right, so now we have A plus B. So in the A slot, we're going to go to the values again in the values tab, and we're going to do get persistent variable, and we're going to put that in the A slot. And now it's asking for a persistent variable. So we're going to do select, click on egg hunt, click collection. All right. And then it's asking us for what player. Let's go ahead and just copy and paste that same player pill. And then it's saying plus B. We want that to be plus 1. So you can copy the plus 1 from the line above where it says alpha found to 1. You can point on that and drag it and duplicate it. Or you can just go to your values tab under value input and grab the orange or the yellow number input and plug it in the B and then change it to 1. Either way.
Okay.
Good. All right. So now we have when object is grabbed by player, if, and we're going to put the if right here in a second, set alpha found to 1 for player, and then set egg hunt collection to get PPV of egg hunt collection. So that means get the current number that is set and add 1 to it. Got it? All right. So now let's set up this condition. So the condition is going to check. This is a checkpoint, basically. That's how I like to refer to if statements are checkpoints. So it's going to check if this is true or false. And if it is, however we set it up, if it's true, then execute the following. And if it's not true, it's not going to execute that. So the condition, we're going to go to the math symbols again. And we're going to get the equal sign. The double equal signs is the very first one at the top left under logic.
Okay.
And we're going to put that in the condition. And then on the A side, we're going to go to values again, grab get persistent variable, put that on the A slot.
Okay.
We're going to change the persistent variable to alpha found. Okay.
Yes.
And then for player, copy the player, same player pill that we've been using here. The player that's grabbing this object. And then in the equal sign, we're going to grab a number variable again, and a number input, and we're going to leave it at 0.
So I have get persistent variable, alpha found, value for player, 2 equal signs, and then a B.
Yeah. So in that B, we want to put the number 0. So go to the values, grab a number input, and then put 0.
Okay. Okay.
Good. You're still flashing, so let's see what you got. I guess 0 didn't update yet. You put 0 already?
I thought I did.
For B? Try again. Everything else looks great.
Where's the 0? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't see the 0.
So you need to grab a number input. So you can grab the 1 and then change it to a 0. Grab and duplicate one of the ones and then put it in the B and then change that to a 0. That's the quickest way.
Okay. There you go.
Perfect. Okay. So, all right. So when the object is grabbed, it's going to check if the PPV is currently set to 0, which again, by default, everybody starts at 0. And then if it is 0, then I'm going to set alpha found to 1, which means that they found the 1 in this world. And then I'm going to set their collection to their current number of found in the other worlds plus 1 for this world. Got it?
Okay.
All right. So now next what we have to do is we have to add an else. So let's go to the events tab again.
Okay.
And then under if, you'll see if else and then an else by itself. Let's grab that else green code block and let's
Okay.
put it underneath the, after the, like connected to the if, but underneath the last set egg hunt collection.
Okay.
Okay. And so what this is saying is it's going to check if they found this object already, right? If they didn't find it, we're going to say that they found it by changing it to 1, and we're going to add their plus 1. If they already found it, then that's what the else comes in. I want you to do this instead. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to go to actions. So go to the wand icon, scroll all the way down to the bottom.
Okay.
And you'll see a show pop-up for player. It's in the middle of the pop-up section. Let's grab that one. Show pop-up for player.
Okay.
And it's saying show pop-up for player. So let's grab that same player pill.
Okay.
And then it's going to say show pop-up for player with text. In here, let's click on that where it says text, click in it, and we can delete that text and we can change it. So we're going to change it and we're going to type out already found. All right.
Okay.
All right. So show pop-up for player with the text already found for 5 seconds. Let's change it to 3 seconds.
Great.
And then we can actually determine the position of where the pop-up is going to show. So let's do leave the first one 0. The second number, let's change that to -0.3. And then the second 0, let's do that to -0.2. And then for font size, we're gonna change that to 3. And then it will also look, we can change the color of the text and the background of the text. We can leave it as is, that's fine. And then we can turn off show timer, set that to false. Play sound, you can leave the true. I don't think it ever plays sounds, to be honest, but whatever. Okay.
I have a question on the position. There's 3 squares. Like, what are those? Like, what's the first square? Like, left, right?
Yeah. So the first one is X. So it's XYZ. So the first one is X, which is left and right. So of the position, so like for example, stay in edit mode, and then so here, right? I'm facing this way. So the pop-up will show up in front of me. So I can decide the first box is left or right. So if I go negative, if I put like -0.5, it's going to go this way. If I put 0.5, it's going to go this way, positive X. But if we leave it at 0, it's going to stay in the center, right? The second one is the Y, which is up and down, vertical. So we put -0.3. So normally it will show like right in front of my face, but we put -0.3, so we're making it go a little bit lower than our face. And then the last one is Z, which is forwards and backwards. So we put -0.3 to bring it a little bit closer to our face, but we made the font smaller. So it's not going to be a huge, big font close to our face. It's going to be a smaller font, but a little bit closer to our face, so it's not too far out.
Awesome. Okay. I didn't know that.
Okay, so cool. We have our if and else. Okay, cool. So then the last thing we need to do is 1 second. All right. So the last thing we need to do is we're going to go stay in the same tab that we're in for actions. and go scroll all the way to the top. And then you'll see, if you scroll all the way to the top, towards the bottom of that first page, you'll see force release. So yeah, let's grab that force
Yes.
release and let's put it underneath the green else, like outside of it, like at the bottom. So it
Okay.
should not be inside of else. It should be outside of else. And then it says force release on self. That's perfect. We want a force release on self. And then we do want to move it back to where it started from. Because what if I grabbed it and I moved it just this much and then I get a force release, so I let go of it, but then I go over here and I grab it again. Now I'm moving it away from its position. So we do want to put it back to the correct position and rotation, because what if I grabbed it and now we move it back, but it looks like that? It's like, we don't want it to look like that. We want it to look like this, right? So we need to record, we need to save the position and the rotation of how it is when the world started. Okay. So to do this, we're going to go, well, let's grab the two. Actually, let's go to variables. So click all the way to the right, the hashtag symbol, and we're going to create two variables. Click plus new variable. Change the type first. Always change the type first. Let's change this to vector. That's that X, Y, and Z. And we're going to name this OGPOS for original position. And then click confirm to save it. And then you should see a green OG and then 000, right? Okay.
Yes.
Now let's do it again. Click plus new variable. The type, we're going to change this one to rotation. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And this, we're going to name it OG ROT for short for rotation. And click confirm. And you'll notice this one is also XYZ, but it's color red because it's for the rotation, not just the positioning, right? Okay, so now we should still have our code block that says when world is started, right? All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to go to values. So let's click out of the variables. Let's go to values, scroll all the way to the top, and we have set to. Let's grab that. Let's put two of those underneath when world is started. And then, yeah, put two of them. Because one is going to be for OG position. So let's put on the variable pill for one of them, let's put OG position. And on the second set to, let's put for variable OG rotation. All right. Okay. So now we have to save or kind of fill out what is the OG position, what is the OG rotation. So to do this, we're going to go to the number symbols, operators. We're going to scroll down to object transformation. Okay. For the OG position, let's do that one first. We're going to grab the pill that says position of object. We're going to put that for the value. And you can see it's asking us for an object. All right. And before we fill that in, let's go back to where we were and let's grab rotation of object and let's fill that for the OG rotation code block. Okay. All right. So now we're going to click on the values tab and we're going to scroll down all the way down and we're going to go under value input and grab self. And we're going to put inside of object, position of object, and rotation of object. We're going to put in self for both of those. Okay, so what we have here is when the world is started, we're going to set or save the variable OG position to the position of self. So wherever this is when the world starts, we're going to save that X, Y, and Z position of this object of self. And also the rotation, because, it might be rotated like this or whatever. We have a special rotation. So it's going to also save the rotation as well. So now that we have those two things saved when the world starts, well, now that I grab this, right? And for example, I grab Pikachu. Now, like, look, I rotated him and I moved him, but we don't want him.
Wait, yeah. Miami, is mine correct? Let's see. Can you check it?
Horrible. Okay. So
Is it horrible for real?
I don't know what you did here. What happened to the variables? Where did you put the OG position?
Here, and where it says set
Position of you're
OG
supposed to be.
position of
Yeah,
self.
no. So let me help you out a little bit. Let me just help you out that much. Actually, hold on. I can help you out a little bit more. Actually, no, I can't. Actually, yes, I can. There we go. Okay. So now look at it. So put,
I
yeah,
see what you were
put,
saying. So versus the OG
yeah,
rot
yes,
rotation and then OG
exactly.
position.
Because, yeah,
Okay.
these variables, these we can change, we can save information. That's what we do with variables. We save information and we
Okay.
create, we can change and update that information as time goes on. So we want to save it at the beginning of the world. So there we go. We're going to save the
Okay.
red OG to the rotation of self, which is that, and the position of self, which is that position of Pikachu. So then when I grab it, now I moved its position and I changed its rotation. So when I force release it, it's gonna let go. It's gonna force it release out of my hand, but it's gonna leave it in this position and this rotation. We don't want that. We want it to go back to the
Right.
saved position and the saved rotation. So let's go ahead and do that
Okay.
now. Um, let's go to the bottom of right where we left off with force release on self. Okay. All right. That's where we're going to continue. So let's go to the tab that's the 4 arrows motion. And here we have instant motion. We have motion over time. We're going to do instant motion to keep it simple. So we're going to grab the move to, the very first code block, and we're going to put that after
Okay.
force release on self. Mm-hmm.
Under it.
And then we're
Okay.
going to grab the rotate to code block in that same section and put that
Okay.
underneath move. Good. So
The original rotate.
what do you mean?
You said we put move self
No, we're going to,
to.
yeah, and leave that. And now go back to instant motion and
Okay.
grab rotate to code block and bring that out.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
So now read those 2 code blocks for me.
It says move self to the first box 1 and it's
Mhm.
green. And then rotate self to the first box. It's red and
Okay.
it's 90.
So where do we want to move to?
Back to where
Yes.
it
And where do we
was.
have that information saved in our script?
In the
Exactly. So
variable.
let's go ahead and for move self to, let's grab that green OG position and let's put that instead of the 100. Just put it on top and it should just
Okay.
replace it. And then same thing for rotate. We're
Okay.
going to grab the OG rotate and put it on top of the one that's there. And now it should say move self to OG positioning and rotate self to OG rotation.
OG
Got it?
rotation.
All right,
Yes.
cool. The reason we have that outside of the if and else is because regardless of whether they found this or not, we are going to do this. So whether it was my first time finding it or whether I already found it 10 times, it doesn't matter. We're going to let go out of their hand and go back to where it was. Got it?
Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
now I think we can go ahead and test this out. I thought I had changed the name of mine, but let me try again. Wait, did you connect it to your Pikachu? Yeah. So
Or
let's
not
go ahead
yet.
and let's do that now. So for mine, I have to make mine interactive because it has to be grabbable. Pikachu's already grabbable, so he's good to go. So now that this is grabbable, I'm going to go ahead and attach the script.
Okay. It's been attached.
All right. So let's go ahead and stop the world and let's start it. All right. So go ahead and grab Pikachu.
It's already found.
I saw you grab it twice though, and I think I just grabbed it.
Um,
Hold on.
so I'm grabbing it, but it's not moving.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So we can, if we don't like that, if we want it to go in our hand for a little bit longer, we have to put a delay. So let's go back to the script.
Okay. Okay.
All right. And so let's put an event. So go to the events tab. Let's grab send event with delay.
Delay.
And
Okay.
then put that underneath on top, put that on top of force release on self. And what does it say?
On top of force release itself. Send my event to self after 1 seconds with new
Perfect. So I
param.
just made a new event called delay. So click that my event, click on that drop down box, and then switch it to delay.
Okay.
Okay. So it says send delay to self after 1 second. Let's change that 1 second to 2 seconds.
Okay.
All right. And then let's go back to the events tab and let's grab the purple one that says when event is received.
When event is received, and put it in there.
And put it underneath at the bottom of what we're doing. Got it?
At the bottom
At the very
of
bottom, all the
send.
way at the bottom. Like all the way. Okay.
Okay.
So let's change that my event to delay.
Okay.
And then let's drag the force release on self underneath delay event. Same thing with move and same thing with rotate. Drag those 3 code blocks to be inside of when delay is received.
I'm sorry. Where are we putting it where it says new param?
No. You have when delay is received, right?
Yeah, have send delay to self after 2 seconds with new param, and then force release on self, move self to OG position, rotate self to OG rotation, and then when delay
So,
is
okay,
received.
grab the force release on self and drag it to go inside of when delay is received. So we're going to move it. And then
Okay.
same thing for move and
All of
rotate.
those.
Those 3, move them all
Okay.
inside of when delay is received.
Okay, got it.
Okay, cool. I'm going to add a quick little piece of code that is just to reset our PPVs so we can do a test again. So I'm going to reset our PPVs back to 0 every time we enter the world so we can just be able to test this effectively. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the world. He's excited. All right, so now grab Pikachu.
Okay.
All right, there you go. And there you go.
There you
And
go.
then,
Yeah.
so that's what that delay. If we didn't, since we didn't have the delay, it was instantaneous. So the second you grab it,
Just standing there.
it went
Right.
back. And then, so now I can grab this one, and there you go. It goes back. Now try to grab Pikachu again. So you can grab it, but it says already found, and then it goes back to where it is.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So cool.
Okay.
So we have it set up. It's working, and it's counting our collection. So let's do. I'm gonna do a quick leaderboard, and then we're going to just duplicate this twice. So we're just going to do 3 worlds. So we can. Well, we have our other 2 worlds from our last video, so we can just use those 2 worlds and bring this. So, do you know how to make an asset? All right,
Yes.
so go ahead and let's go ahead and take the script and the object, and let's make this into an asset. You're going to select both of these things here at home. Click this new asset, and we're going to just type this egg pair because it's a script and the object.
The Pikachu,
Yeah.
right?
And click create. And now it's saved in your asset menu. When you go to build, you go to assets, you'll see it right there,
Perfect.
egg pair. Okay, so let me make a quick leaderboard so we can see our progression here. And then we're going to go to the other 2 worlds that we did last time and drop the scripts in there. Egg collection. All right. Didn't spell egg right, but that's fine. Sometimes that keyboard doesn't keep up with when you type. So, not my problem. All right, here we go. Leaderboard. All right, egg collection. I'm going to change it to dark mode. Okay. All right, cool. So now what I also want to do is I want to set the leaderboard. I'm going to remove these that were for testing. And I'm going to set egg collection to get PPV of collection for the player that just entered the world. So every time we enter the world, it will tell us if we found, it will update to if we found any in the other worlds. So we're going to do this in collection. Okay, so let's go ahead and let go of Ray's wings. Thank you. I'm just playing. It looks cool, right? All right, hold on.
Pretty cool.
All right, go ahead and grab him. There you go. So, well, we're at 1. I'm at 1. All right, cool. Okay, cool. Also, we probably should, we didn't, but we should copy this. You don't have to do it, Zuli, but you will have to do it in the next world. But we're going to copy this and put it at right here, right there. We're going to update the leaderboard to add collection. I'll show you that in the next world, Zuli, since we already saved your script as an asset, so don't want you to resave it. Quick note, in case we already saved this asset and script, but I just made a change. You'll notice that when I pull that out, that change is not noted. So I'll have to add it there anyways. So that's when Zuli will do it as well. All right, so let's go to the other world. You guys will meet us there. Build mode. All right, so now we're here. This is where we did our previous tutorial. This world is called Summer 2024. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and grab that asset that we saved, which has our object and our script that we were working on. So now the reason we're doing this is, again, the whole premise of this video is to kind of show you how you can take your existing worlds and add a game to connecting all of your worlds together by putting this Easter egg hunt in each of your world and having people find it and collecting them. And obviously the goal would be to collect all of them. So to pick up where we left off, we do need to first add a leaderboard for this. So I'm going to go to Systems, Leaderboards. We're going to create a leaderboard. We're going to call this collection. See if I got the C. I know I pressed C. All right, collection. Cool. All right, so now here's the first step also. Now that we brought this and this, if we open up the script, you'll notice it says set alpha found. Let's remove those because we don't need those for this world. It says set alpha found to 1, set collection to collection plus 1. But if you click on it, you'll notice we only have summer 24, and those have touches and visits PPV. So alpha found is not currently available in this world, and collection PPV is not currently available in this world. So the first step we need to do is we need to go to our systems. We're going to go to variable groups. And you'll notice we only have this group. We need the egg hunt group that we were working on. So we can go owned by me. So you as a creator should have already created this. And we're going to scroll down. Egg hunts. You're going to click on it. My bad. We're not going to click on it. We're going to go to egg hunt again. Egg hunts. You're going to click on the 3 dots. And you're going to do add to world. And it's going to ask us, yes, we're going to do connect. And now
I can't do that, right?
Right. Only the creator can do that.
Okay.
And now we've successfully added it. And you notice the code blocks did change, and you'll see that it is updated. So now they are able to grab this information. Cool. But we're not in alpha world anymore. We are in summer 24 world. So we need to do a couple of changes to this one. Because obviously I want to be able to grab this one in the summer 24 world. But right now I have a check that says if player that grabs this, if the PPV for alpha found equals 0. Well, we're not in alpha world, so we need to change this. So I need to create a new PPV. So we're going to go to our variable groups. We're going to go to egg hunt. We're going to click on it, and we're going to add a new variable. This one will be called summer found. All right, so now we have summer found. We have alpha found for the game alpha world that we were started in. Now we're in summer 2024 world, so we created a summer found. So now, Zuli, you can do this. Go to your if, and we're going to click on that get persistent variable for player. We're going to click on the variable, and we're going to change it to egg hunt summer found.
Okay.
And then we're going to do the same thing for the very first part where it says set egg hunt alpha found to 1. We're going to change that. Click egg hunt, click summer found, and click add. All right, cool. Okay. And we can leave collection because we do want to keep track of our collection +1. So everything else is perfect. Everything else looks good. Let me go ahead and pull out the leaderboard. Oh, we have to add the leaderboard script, right? So go ahead, go back to the script. We're going to add the leaderboard script. Where did the leaderboard go? World leaderboard. Okay. 1 second. All right, so we're going to drop down here. We're going to do collection. We're going to change the name that is displayed on the leaderboard to collection. Change this to 10, switch to dark. All right, so we have our collection leaderboard. All right, in the script, Zuli, we're going to go to underneath egg hunt collection.
Okay.
Where it says get persistent variable egg hunt collection +1 for player. Underneath that one, right after that one, we're going to go to our values tab at the right. Click on the values tab. We're going to get set world leaderboard score for player. And we're going to put that right underneath the egg hunt collection. And then we're going to set collection for player. Let's grab the player. And then we're going to set this to remove the 0. So click on it, down arrow, right hand to delete it. And we're going to put in there get persistent variable. So go to the values tab, grab get persistent variable. Let's put that in there. Let's select egg hunt collection, add. And then for player, we put player, that the same player that's been grabbing this. Got it?
Collection?
Yes.
And then the player. Okay.
All right, cool. So now, oh, you made Pikachu bigger?
Right now, yes.
Okay. So now we
this
have...
else must follow an if or an else if.
Yeah, so you messed it up. It's okay. No, I'm just fine. So grab the set collection and drag it to be right underneath the set egg hunt collection, like in the same line. You know what I'm saying? Like like it's
there you go.
There we go. Perfect. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and test it out. So now when you grab Pikachu, it should be 2 on the collection leaderboard. Unless when I pulled out the script, I'm thinking because I had the script when player enters world set everything to 0 still. So hopefully I think that's what happened, but let's test mine because I don't think I went into the world. So yeah, maybe I did, or maybe I think this is the same thing we had. That same bug we had with last time. Dang it, I forgot, guys. So I did do some testing. So there is a bug, and it looks like it's not fixed. Meta, but basically, when you do this cross-world PPVs, you have to leave the world before it actually takes. So the reason that it's saying one is because since we used it in the first world and now we're accessing it and adding it to the second world, it doesn't automatically take. You have to leave the world, come back, and then it will take correctly the adding to. So what basically why it's at it basically why it's saying one instead of two is because there's a bug. So before you start um, executing your implementation of the PPVs, we need to leave the world and come back. I will demonstrate that because it works, right? So the script works. It's showing that we found summer 24. It updated the PPV collection, but now we're going to go to fall 2024, the third world, and this time we will leave the world and we will come back into the world, and then it will update properly instead of resetting to zero and then adding one, which is incorrect behavior. So I did open a bug report. We're waiting for Meta to address it. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's travel to fall 2024. Okay, perfect. So now we're in fall 2024. So this is the third world. So we're going to do the same process that we just did. We're going to go ahead and grab out the asset. So go to the asset. Let's grab out your Pikachu and your script. And let's go ahead and we're going to do the same process. So for this world, you can see that they're not yet connected. They're not yet found. So let me go to the variables tab, variable groups, owned by me. We're going to do egg hunt. And we're not supposed to click on it. I keep clicking on it. We're going to click on the three dots. We're going to do add to this world, connect. So now you'll notice a change. Now in our script, you'll notice that they are connected. And again, this is not alpha found world. This is fall 2024. So I'm going to create a new PPV. So let's go to our egg hunt PPV. We're going to add a new one. This one's going to be called fall found. All right. All right. So now we're going to do the same things, really. So instead of alpha found, click on that, click egg hunt, and change it to fall found. Same thing for set alpha found to one. We're going to click on that, change that to egg hunt, fall found to one. And then we can leave collection alone. And then we're going to need to add the leaderboard. I'm going to go ahead and create that leaderboard. And you let me know if you can create that code block for the leaderboard like we just did. That's your test. See if you pass.
So
Collection.
persistent variable to egg hunt fall and then set egg hunt fall to one. Okay.
And now create the set leaderboard for player to get persistent variable collection.
Okay.
All right, so now we're in the third world. I am making another collection leaderboard. And then we're going to do a set leaderboard score for player to. All right, were you able to do the leaderboard?
No.
Wow, you failed the test. You didn't even try.
I'm trying.
Go to values, grab set world leaderboard scored for player. And where did you put it last time?
Right here.
Very good. Perfect. Now set it up.
All touches. For
No.
player. Selecting.
Mm-hmm.
For player to get persistent variable.
Yeah. Good.
It says fall found.
Yes. No. What's the leaderboard?
The collection.
Okay. So what's the PPV that we want?
Collection.
Yes.
For player.
Perfect. Perfect. Good job. You pass. I give you a B plus. B
Oh my
plus. B
goodness.
plus.
B plus plus.
All right. So now don't grab it yet. I want to prove my theory. So let's leave the world for literally let's leave the world, count to 20 and come back. Okay? So go home, count to 20 and come back.
Okay.
All right, we're back. So now currently my collection is set to 1 because I grabbed it in the summer world. And now when I grab it in the fall world, it should update to 2. We will wait for Zuli to arrive. And we'll let ladies go first and her try her Pikachu. Make sure her script is correct. Here she is.
Here I am.
All right. So go ahead and let's grab your Pikachu. Very good. No
Don't
update.
look at me like that. You saw me and you gave me a B plus.
Let's grab mine. All right. Ah, your B
Wait,
plus
what?
is about to go to a C. So there you go. Just like I told you. So you see, like, there's that bug. I'm telling you, you have to leave the world and come back. Meta has to fix that. But that's what you have to do for now when you're using cross world variables. So let's check out what Zuli. Oh, you found it? Is that why you said oh?
I think I didn't attach the script to the Pikachu.
It was already attached
Was it?
from before. Oh, it's not attached. It says broken script. Interesting. All right, try it. Wait. All right.
I'll grab it.
Not yet. Okay, try it. Wait. Okay, now.
Oh.
There she goes.
There you
Good
go.
job. All right, you'll keep your no down to a B because you didn't connect your script.
I didn't, but I found my mistake, so it's okay.
Good job. All right, so there you guys have it. But now remember, we had the script when player enters world in the first world to update the collection leaderboard. So now let's go back and we'll finish there in the first world, the game alpha world. Mm-hmm. All right. Here we are where we started. Here's the egg collection. All right. So it is showing it did update correctly because when we left, it was at 1. Then we went to the summer world. But in the summer world, because of the error, the glitch, we got reset back to 0. So in summer, we got back to 1. And then in fall, we got to 2. And then we came back here and we haven't been here. And now it updated correctly to 2. Even though it's the whole point is supposed to be 3, but again, because of the glitch, it reset back to 0 in the summer world. So again, reminder to all you guys at home, anytime you're doing cross-world PPVs, as you're setting it up, you want to connect it. So bring it into that other world, but then you want to leave the world and come back so it can take correctly and not erase your previous numbers, because that's what it's currently doing. It's not a good bug. But obviously it only happens, I've tested it and it only happens in edit mode, because as soon as you publish it, it doesn't happen anymore. If you leave the world and come back immediately, like you're seeing, it fixes it. So just so you guys know about that bug. But there we go. So let's just finish this off because obviously I don't like to finish it off where it says 2 when we have 3 worlds that are connected. So we're going to enable us to do alpha again. So go to your, well, Zuli, you're fine. Well, actually, I'll do it for you real quick. I'm just going to add when player enters world, we're going to set the alpha variable to 0. And that way you'll be able to do a +1 when you grab Pikachu. All right, here we go. So go ahead and grab Pikachu. So we can collect all three from all 3 worlds. And I will grab the Ray Wings. And there you go. I went up to 3. You didn't go up to 3, Zuli? Oh, it's because you didn't have the leaderboard. There you go. You grabbed mine, but you can't grab mine yet because you already grabbed yours. So, okay, try it now. So the reason it didn't work you can't grab Pikachu because you didn't have the leaderboard code block in yours. So that's why. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Counted.
It counted because it updated the PPV, but it didn't update the leaderboard. But then when I started the world, I currently have when the player enters world, update the leaderboard. So that's what happened. So you're good. Okay, we're good. I just want to make sure we end with our 3 collected objects from 3 different worlds of ours. Hope you guys at home learned something. Zuli, how was that for you?
It was awesome. Thank you, Miami. I definitely learned a lot. And thank you for keeping up with me and like understanding, but I learned a lot. Thank you.
Oh, of course. I hope you guys at home learned too. We are going to do one more video. They'll probably come out in a few days. It will be this water balloon. So I'm going to show you how to make this water balloon. We could throw at Zuli. The world stopped? Why did it stop? Hold on. The world is paused right now. So embarrassing to have a water balloon get stuck in midair. All right. Boom. Yeah. So we're going to make water balloons. And this is kind of like we're going to do water balloons, create PPVs for them, and we're also going to be able to use them in multiple worlds. Kind of the same exact concept as here, but so it'll be like a little mini game with a bunch of different water balloons that we could throw at each other, and we can keep track of your points across different worlds. So that'll be for the next video. So thank all of you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a great time scripting in the metaverse. There's so much to learn, so much to do, but don't give up. You guys can do it. Thank you. See you guys next time.
Thank you.